Chip Kelly is signed, sealed, and delivered to be the Las Vegas Raiders offensive coordinator now. The Raiders need an offensive mind like that, so I've had nothing but good things to say about the move since it happened. Today, Kelly had his introductory press conference, and of course he's excited. He has a job in the NFL, who wouldn't be? So while I expect that, I don't check for it when I watch a press conference. I look for how the person whom the press conference is about answers particular questions. Those answers can tell you quite a bit. Either that or they can confront some things that you thought you already knew about whoever the press conference is about. So there's certain things I was checking for, and yes, I got them. I heard a few things I wanted to hear. When asked why he came, he confirmed the respect Pete Carroll has around the league. He also touched on the unity he saw in him and GM John Spytek.
And then when Pete reached out and I had a chance to visit with him, I've got great respect for him. I coached against him my first year in the Pac-10, and I did say Pac-10, that's how long ago it was. Pete was still at SC, and then he left to go, for his 14-year journey up in Seattle, and obviously the success he had. He won a national championship as a coach at the college level. He won a Super Bowl in the NFL, and I think everybody in the coaching profession, if you get a chance to work with Pete Carroll, you're pretty excited about it. And then, talking with John Spytek and Mark Davis, and just where everybody is aligned in this organization, and then getting a chance to talk to Tom Brady, about what he feels he can help Pete with and Mark with, and I was just excited about the alignment of everybody.
One thing I love is that Kelly's offense is a mix of a lot of things, which shows growth from his days with the Philadelphia Eagles all those years ago. He's not a slave to anything and uses a lot of things from different levels of football.
Yeah, I think football is football. And I heard a long time, I'm going to make this up, but if you weren't in the room with Amos Alonzo Stagg and Newton Rockne when they invented this game, then you stole the idea from somebody. So, I think the game is cyclical. It has its ebbs and flows. The offense gets pulled out ahead and starts to score a lot more points, and then the defenses catches up and they're shutting people down. There's things that will be run Sunday in this Super Bowl that were run at the high school level. I think Andy Reid does a great job of, watching football at every single level. I watch football at every single level, and you watch the guys that are really, really good at this game. And football flows up and down now. It goes from the high school level to, there's a really good scheme that trickles into the college level. That college level gets copied up to the NFL, and then vice versa. So I think the game is at an all-time high, because I think the coaching is at an all-time high, because I think with the advent of social media, YouTube, and things like that, as people's access to film and tape is more prevalent, so you can see more things that people are doing throughout all of football. But I think I see it blending a lot more now. There's obviously some things. I think the quarterback gets run a little bit more at the college level, but then you look at what Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are doing at this level in running the football. So it's really become really wide open, and I'm excited to be at the highest level and in the opportunity to go against the best coaches in the world.
Of course, I gotta love he's not scared to go against these coaches in the AFC West.
Yeah, the Chiefs and what Jim's doing with the Chargers, and obviously Sean Payton is a Super Bowl champ himself over in Denver. So, and I heard that from some people. Do you really want to go in that division? But I think if you're a competitor, you do. And if you have a chance to win that division, then that means you beat the best. And the best that's playing in football right now is the Chiefs. They're the reigning Super Bowl champs. They're back in the game again. So if that's your goal and you want to get there, you're going to have to beat them. So. That's what our focus is on, is to win this division. That means you're in the playoffs and you get a chance to compete for the whole thing. So there's really good coaching in this division, but just like there is across the NFL, you don't get to be a coach in the National Football League if you don't know what you're doing. So all of the competition every single week in this league is hard, but to be in this division, I think you're going against the best, and that's what you want to do if you're a competitor.
Here Kelly tells us he doesn't have to have a certain type of quarterback. He can get it done with any type of quarterback. He just has to adapt his offense to that quarterback.
I think it depends on the personnel, because you can't build a quarterback. We don't have a scientific lab here where we could say we want a 6'5" guy that's 250 pounds and runs 4.4 and can make every throw. You can't do that. You have to look at what is available to you, whether it's through the draft or through free agency or on the current roster, and then what are their strengths, and then how do we design our offense around their strengths, because it has to be designed around how the quarterback plays. So I think it's really your evaluation of the personnel that's available to you, and then fitting them into that system. And I've had an opportunity when I was in the NFL. I thought Nick Foles did an unbelievable job in Nick's first year when we were in Philly. Threw 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and did a great job. I had a chance to coach Mike Vick, who's one of the all-time greatest athletes to ever play, and enjoyed it. And then Mike got hurt, and then Nick took over, so we had to kind of do two different things, but two really special players right there. But in my first year, kind of ran into that when I was in Philly. So I think you have to be able to adapt to what you have, and that's putting those guys in position to make plays, and then let them go make plays, because I think this league is always about the players, and it will always still be about the players. So find out what they do well, and try to actuate those traits. And then if there are some weaknesses, can you kind of mask them and cover them up a little bit?
He was asked about his growth as a play caller and a coach when he went back down to college, and he had this to say about it.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think sometimes you don't think internally and trying to think about where you grew, but I think try to stay on top of the game, and where the game is headed. We huddled a lot this year, didn't run a lot of plays. We had starting from our head coach on down, had a great vision for how to play a 16-game season, and what toll that takes on your players. And, so how do we manage that with player load and some of the other things that we can do, mixing in the sports science, and understanding that, which was drastically different from, when I was a college coach at Oregon and we were trying to get as many snaps a game in as possible and running guys off the field. I think we've evolved that way, just because I think the game itself has evolved. I think there's a trend overall that the number of snaps, both at the college level and the NFL level, are down. So you have to adjust that way. So I think that's really one of the biggest things, going from those 5 wides, fast, no huddle, breakneck speed, shiny helmets, to getting in a huddle and playing with 12 personnel is a little bit different, but you still get the same amount of points when you get the ball across the goal line, whether you run it across or throw it across. So we're just trying to get some first downs and score some points.
Oh, and I'm sure you'll like his new coaching philosophy.
And then my coaching philosophy, very simple, and I'd be silly if it wasn't, is now very 3 words: just win, baby.
I'm not going to say, oh, what a press conference that was. I don't think of those things in that way. I'm not going to say Kelly won the press conference either. What is winning a press conference? All the Raider media is in front of a new guy that's happy he got a new job, so excitement's going to come with it. Some of the Raider media asks good questions though, and some of the answers either confirm or tell me what I need to know. Like, what did you learn when you coached in college? His answer let me know that he wasn't just running a certain system for a certain coach. He learned some things from his first time in the NFL and applied them down there. And of course, he spoke of some things that he learned down there that are useful in the NFL. And he's planning to use it all now. Thank you for watching. See you next time.